okay? But when you apply it in a different situation, like for this do now, what is the rule for the g of x function? So that's what this means. The g function, the g of x, right? So we have a rule for the g function. And so I'm going to ask a random person. As soon as I pull up my random person picker. Okay, so Ariel Laca, what's the rule for the g function? Okay, Ariel, one of y'all, what's the rule for this g function?
I can go.
Okay, go ahead.
I said that the G function.
Yeah, what's the rule?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so there's an equal symbol here. What's to the right of the equal symbol?
7x plus
Is
2.
that it? 7x?
Plus 2.
Right, that's the rule. Okay?
Okay.
Whatever the function notation equals is the rule. Okay, so now when they give you number 1, what they're telling you is to use the rule when x is 3. That's what this little g parentheses 3 means. That means use the rule when x is 3. So that means we're going to do 7 times 3 plus 2, which is 23. Okay, so when we use this notation symbolically, this is what this means. So if you're asked, what is this? That means use this rule and put x for 3. So here's the rule. We put x for 3, we got 23. This symbolically means in the g function, when x was 3, when we replace the x with 3 in the rule, we got 23. This is another way of saying x is 3, y is 23. That's another way of saying that. So in general, that's what that notation refers to. If you see it, it means the x was 3 and the output, the y, was 23. Okay, so again, this is how we can use this notation. All right, now the second thing, the second part, we don't have an x number. But what we know is that whatever we did with the rule, we got 9. So when we put in an x for the rule, we got a 9. So this is saying let the rule equal 9 and solve. So number 2 is asking you to put the rule equal to 9. So that means you're doing this. And then when you solve this equation, you get 1. Okay, so in the g function, we had to use an x of 1 to get the result of 9 from the rule. So this was what we did for number 1, and this is what we did for number 2. All right, now again, humans, when they're growing up, their minds are not quite as developed. That's for all of us, and for most humans, it usually takes until your mid-20s. Sometimes a little sooner, and of course, depending upon your mathematical foundation. So we tend to want to do silly things with these symbols, right? But this is what this means. The first notation is asking you to use the rule when x is 3. The second notation is asking you to find the x if the rule equaled 9. That's the two different things. So here we put the 3 into the rule, we got 23, that's the first. Here we put the rule equal to 9, we solved, we got 1, so that means we had to use an x1 to get the result of 9. And that's what this means. And again, this is just another way of writing x comma y pair coordinates. All right, so that's one way these symbols are used.